So we've got a lot of pre-sale opportunities. If you're interested in early stage investments, message Blockchain Sensei or Ninja T. And yeah, we're already involved in 4 early stage investments already. We've got more coming.
Okay, great stuff, great stuff. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Cool, you guys should be able to see my screen. Let's drag this baby up here. Boom, like so. Cool, so first things I want to do is just show you guys a couple technical indicators I discovered recently that have been helping me with different kinds of trading. The first one is called Order Block Finder. Let's go on to indicators. Order Block Finder. This experimental one by Wu Gam Lo is interesting, and this one with signals by Sonar Labs. So, what is an order block exactly? Let's get rid of some of these indicators here. Essentially, as you can imagine, an order block is a block of orders, right? A block, right, where a significant amount of volume is essentially resting, right, waiting to be filled. What does that mean? It means there are a bunch of people who are looking to buy this asset, in this case, the one and only Bitcoin, right, at this particular level, right? Now, what does that mean? It means when price gets close to this level, you can begin averaging down, or you could potentially open up a perpetual trade, right? So if you imagine you get a perpetual trade going on, 20x, 6%, you know, that's a decent 120% on your initial capital, right? And the second one here, this one by Sonar Labs, that one's also quite good. It literally gives you regions of support and resistance. For anyone who isn't aware, support and resistance are the absolute foundation of all technical analysis. And one discovery I made yesterday, sort of flash of articulation in my imagination, was essentially the, how do I call this? The flow of importance and specificity with regards to price action, right? And this relates to absolutely every asset class. And I think crypto was really what showed me the importance of this level. So price action, primarily, largely, is indicated by what's called narrative, the story we tell ourselves, right? Because we understand the world through stories as human beings, okay? Now, narrative informs macroeconomic policies, right? Now, macroeconomics speaks to, you know, geopolitical things, how America is relating with China, Russia, UK, so on and so forth. Macroeconomics informs fundamental analysis, like let's say on a stock, for example, what solution is Apple or Microsoft providing to the world? That's obviously quite an obvious one. I'm streaming, or I'm tuning into this webinar right now from a MacBook Pro and Apple product. It's quite clear the solutions they provide to the world. After that is sentimental analysis, right? Which is probably the form of analysis that takes the longest to develop because that becomes instinctual. However, with enough practice, it's possible to actually trade using this analysis, right? And still get statistically reliable results. And lastly, what we are, of course, here for, we have technical results, technical analysis, I beg your pardon, for absolute, utter, specific precision. So this is how all asset classes should really be looked at, from a bird's eye view down to a very specific technical view for the utmost precision. So what we're doing here, of course, technically speaking on this show, this is for the utmost precision, as you can all see, right? So we can see here, we are in a larger order block, right? But within this order block, there are other smaller significant order blocks. But we are getting to, guess what? A sell order block, right? There are a bunch of people that have placed sell orders in this region here. So these indicators are just easy indicators if you find it difficult to create your support and resistance. These are simple indicators you can use just to give you an overview of where there will be supply and demand in the market. And of course, they're also time frame specific, right? And then as you get into shorter time frames, you know, you start seeing some more in-depth sort of view of these. So we can see here there's a wick forming on Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Why? Because we're getting to the edge of this sell order block. Now, if I'm to just use one of these order blocks, right, we can see, okay, cool, there's a bearish order block here. So I know this region right here is going to be a region of significant resistance. Resistance is, of course, where there is excessive supply, right, where there's too much of the asset. And of course, whenever there's too much of anything, right, the value goes down because intrinsically, value is scarcity, right? As far as I'm concerned, my approach to technical analysis is scarcity equals value, right? The harder something is to find, the more valuable it is. So let's go on to a few other assets. I've been accumulating bonk quite nicely. I mean, sorry, not bonk, whiff, dog whiff hat. That's absolutely skyrocketed past this bearish order block. So the important thing to remember is these are not, these are not absolute. They can be broken. You know what I mean? But they're just there to give you an indication. And when an order block gets broken on a shorter term time frame, then of course it's important to look at things on a longer term time frame, like here on the 4 hour. So we can see here on the 4 hour, we're getting into another order block, bearish order block, which means there are a lot of sell orders, a lot of people selling, right, realizing their profits around here. So we can expect to see some resistance, particularly if we go down onto shorter term time frames, right? So support and resistance is really the basics of technical analysis. And what I like to do is I like to do what's called top-down analysis, essentially a multi-time frame analysis, right? So let's look at whiff here, right? We can see there was a trend line here going up this way, right? Now, what a lot of people don't know is that most things come back to support and resistance. So we can see here, this trend line, right? The price was sitting on quite nicely, was broken. And of course, I'm sure we're all aware that support has a habitual tendency to become resistance and vice versa. Trend lines are, of course, nothing more than angled support and resistance, right? So guess what? If price reaches this level, there's a high likelihood it will begin to retrace back down. So it's come down here, right? If it goes back up, once it hits this trend line again, right, which is still valid as a form of resistance, it's quite likely, of course, it's not absolutely going to happen, but there's a high likelihood that this will now begin acting as a form of angled resistance, right? Great. Another important thing I've been using to basically get some degenerate profits is this link over here, just top Solana meme coins, or top Solana coins in general in the ecosystem. I just sort by the 70-day, right? And I can see, okay, great. Peng is in a dip, right? One of the fundamentals of investing in analysis is buy things that are in a dip, things that are cheap. Like the vast majority of traders and investors and, the first thing they do is they look at what's up. But the mindset is what's up is likely to start coming down and what's down is likely to start going up. So this is just a way you can actually just sort the assets you're looking at so you are already positioned to make some sweet, sweet gains. Cool. I think I'll leave it there.
No, Jay, before you go, could you please leave the Google Meets link for the private webinar, as we have a special guest here, Mr. Primescape Group, aka Emmanuel, who I met in person at yesterday's Connect 23. So yeah, if you could, basically anyone who is in this Zoom, we do dojo calls, which are basically 3 times more elite than the public webinar, because obviously it's a public webinar, so we can't share our trading screen security. Yeah, and Jay will be hosting tonight's webinar. And everyone on the YouTube, you missed out. This is why you need to be in Zoom. Because I can see 8 people on the YouTube right now.
Cool, good stuff. I'm going to drop a link to that in the chat. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. I'm going to bounce, but yeah, we'll see you all later in the call, hopefully.
Cool. Take care.
Cool. Peace, peace.
Peace. BitBlonde. How you doing? How you feeling?
All good. I've got to be a little bit faster, but I'm definitely going to talk about what I think that is going to happen next. And guys, congratulations. I know I wasn't there, but I'm truly happy for my friends that are working off, to get this everything. I actually mentioned today on my stories that, I don't see the compromise from the community. They just want to have trading signals. They want to make money fast. And, that's not the case. Even knowing that we are on a bull run, you have to put in the hours. So how come you just, you want to earn something if you don't put in the effort,
Well, can I just iterate, yeah? The story behind that 25K in a day. First of all, there was 9 years of preparation, aka I've been in crypto since 2015. So the only reason why I was presented the opportunity with the founder 6 to 8 months. So I met the founder of this project 6 to 8 months ago. The only reason why I met the founder 6 to 8 months ago was because Mr. Harding connected us with a connect who connected us to him. So you can imagine that it was only because of business reputation and a deal behind the scenes. So I knew about the deal 6 months ago. I invested in the project, right? 2 months ago. And in fact, me and Jay doubled up our money, as in what we wanted to invest, we doubled up and betted on our ability to be able to raise capital within our crew. Right. Again, I publicly apologize. I've got 4 pre-sales fee Bitcoin, don't worry. Right. And then the
I'm
opportunity
not.
came. And then that's how we saw that amount of money in the day. So it's not like it wasn't through a trade. It wasn't through analysis. It was through an early stage investment. So I want to know that there was no technicals behind this except the technicals of when the project launched. But yeah, relationships over everything and over to Bitcoin.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I'm not missing out because I know I will have opportunities, and I know you guys are working a lot, so you deserve it, man. This is extremely hard effort. So let's move into crypto bubbles just to get started. I love the TA on Dog with a Hat, by the way, because I believe that some point it's gonna drop a little bit, nothing is gonna go up forever. And however, so today we see a massive bump on under 71% up. So what I want to talk about it is like I will start trading again between tonight and tomorrow, because I think, and I'm going to go to the graph in a second, that Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's actually just walking sideways at the moment. So it's not much to do. So the biggest opportunity I think this week are going to be, in altcoins. Okay, so whatever is really down, like Render 15% down, Tau and Hex again 17% down. You just got to be a little bit patient on it. Near Protocol, Fat AI, which is also an interesting project. So Bonk 12% down. And remember, this thing pumps really, really hard. So 12% down is nothing compared to how it's moving. So whatever is really, really down today, it is an interesting trade to be taken this week. And also, before going into Bitcoin, can you see this screen? I think so. Yeah, sweet. So I wanted to talk about this coin specifically as well, Worldcoin. I'm currently in Lisbon these days, so I've noticed a couple of things in this project, not only the project itself, but they are willing to give so much money to the community. So basically, they got little kiosks around the country everywhere, okay? And you kind of scan your eye and you get the tokens from them, but you do have the option to not share your data, something like that. But anyways, the main point here is to see an interesting project, that is actually on a blockchain investing so much into physical locations in every single mall gives me a little bit of a confidence to say, this is going to go crazy. Okay, so if you are interested, you can Google WorldCoin and go into the entire token itself. But they're willing to give up to 500 euros per person until the end of the bull run. So something is going to move really, really heavy at this coin. If we go
Wait. Let's just go to the fundamentals. For those that know me, I like technicals, but I'm a fundamental person first. Does anybody here know what one of the big fundamentals of WorldCoin is? No Googling.
Well, you share your, it's like you have your own personal digital passport. That's what
There's that, but no, without Googling, can someone tell me who owns WorldCoin and the significance of the CEO?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that the person yet.
The CEO of WorldCoin is the same is Sam Altman. Who is Sam Altman? He's the CEO of OpenAI, aka ChatGPT.
Oh my goodness. That is deeper than everything. Okay, so now I see. All right. The reason why it is because I was literally at the, the mall, and I saw they literally have a shop everywhere in the country, and they're willing to give up to 500 euros in token to each person that shares their own, identity. So I was like, I have to do some research on this because I think this is going to go crazy. So if you go into the daily, it's not much data on it. So I think what coin could really, really explode. But of course, if you trade in, be careful. However, I don't know the CEO, like that's something new for me, but I'll definitely do more research on it as well. But it is a very interesting project. It's hard to see crypto projects having physical places and warning day-to-day normal average people about cryptocurrency. I was a little bit, shocked when I saw it. So yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I like Solana, because they're doing so much stuff in the real world. Particularly, for those that don't know, Solana have a subsidiary company called Super Team, who we at Blockchain Sensei work very closely with. And Super Team UK are the UK head subsidiary for Solana's talent pool, and they're always doing things in the real world. So if I can give any guys any non-financial advice, crypto investing opinion, because it's all an opinion. I might have been in the game for 9 years, but I've actually have no qualifications in this, right? Look for cryptocurrencies that are doing things in the real world.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. End of the day, if you're holding something, it needs to be, it has to give something to the world. It has to actually work. Okay. We all trade meme coins and stuff, but some of them, they're not real utility to the world. So whatever has a lot of utility, something like this is going to stay here for some time. And that's what we're looking for in crypto, to have projects that are going to be here at least for 10 years. So moving back to the Bitcoin charts, I am not at any trade at the moment. And the reason is also I went out. But anyways, I bought in all these dips here and the previous ones as well. And I just see us, maybe it's trying to pump a little bit today, but I don't feel that it's going to pump now or something. It's just going sideways a little bit. But I can tell that we're not dipping or dropping, because if we were likely to go down, I think we would just, start to go down today, and it's currently going sideways a little bit. So we might see BTC at 68K. These levels are the next one to keep your eyes on: 67, 68. And then we can potentially make a long all the way to the top. And once we break resistance, it could go far. And also the Bitcoin halving, it is at the corner. We kind of like 24 days, 25 days away from it, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't feel like we're going to drop before the halving. But again, everything is a probability, and you must do your own TA and your own research. But like the data normally tell us about the history that repeats. So I don't expect Bitcoin to drop at the moment. I think this at least 2 to 3 weeks we are going to hold at least. And then once we approach the halving, we're going to see a massive momentum. Also, I'm not very into Forex, but I think the US market is looking a little bit bullish still. So that it's also one of the reasons we could, just keep pumping and drop close to the halving, or the day after. I don't know. Ethereum, it's also very, very similar to Bitcoin. And, I'm not trading any today at the moment, but I might do it later or tomorrow morning. I think Ethereum, it's also a little bit bullish. We were just going sideways. but it could break even very shortly. And I would like to remind also, we might see the Ethereum ETF announcement soon, and that could drive the Ethereum price, to the sky. But end of the day,
Yeah, have you heard about the biggest coin potentially one of the biggest coins being built on Ethereum?
no.
So BlackRock are looking. So for those who don't know who BlackRock are the biggest asset management company in the world with 10 trillion of assets under management. But for perspective, that's like 3 times the size of the UK economy. Yeah, richest company in the world by assets under management. They are looking to build their own token as an Ethereum layer 2, but only for institutional investors that have a minimum, and the minimum investment will be $100,000, and it will be like an index, almost kind of like a crypto index fund.
Yeah.
More bullish Ethereum news.
Yeah, I think, Ethereum, it's going to do really well once the ETF is in. And I'm personally looking forward for this day, because Ethereum is on the long term one of my biggest hold, even more than Bitcoin, because I believe on Ethereum so much. And if you sell it, you could sell when it's really high. But as Ninja mentioned the other live, it is hard to get Ethereum for a cheaper price, so I don't know. Let's see. One of the biggest issues on a blockchain itself is the gas fee, but I believe they are going to fix it. I still believe that Ethereum is going to lead on top of all altcoins.
I'm going to argue against that. I don't think it is a problem. And I think it's a brokey retail mindset to complain about Ethereum gas fees, because Ethereum is not for the people. This is the thing. If you complain that something is expensive, you're not thinking like a rich person. Nobody cares. Billionaires don't care, and millionaires don't care about a $40 gas fee. The fact that if you use the gas fee is expensive as an excuse to not invest in $1 billion asset, I believe Ethereum is the best asset in the world at current moment in time, better than real estate, better than any stock in the stock market, better than Bitcoin right now in human history. Why? Because at the current price of sub $3,000, basically Ethereum between $3,000 to $3,500, snapshot in history, is the greatest asset in human history. Why? Because it has the greatest risk versus reward return. If anyone's holding Bitcoin, right, all of my friends that hold Bitcoin, sell them. Not financial advice, but if I was you, I'd convert all that Bitcoin into Ethereum. I've got a 6-figure portfolio, and how it's structured is Ethereum at the top, stablecoin second, then altcoins. And that's my ultra killer portfolio structure to become a millionaire in the bull market. Why? Because Ethereum is going to give me a guaranteed, in my opinion, 200 to 300% return. Bitcoin is not, right? Stable coins keep my portfolio steady to cash out my profits into. Ethereum, I can get over collateralized loans against. I can loan against it. Emmanuel, do you remember that lesson I taught you? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah, and what did you learn about when I showed you loaning against Ethereum?
I'm not gonna lie, you showed me quite a lot yesterday. It was a little bit overwhelming, but essentially, you can get these how do you say it?
Over collateralized loans.
Exactly. And essentially they'll allow you to purchase more assets in the future.
Exactly. Because as ETH goes up, it unlocks cash. And this is why I'm so bullish on Ethereum. Like, don't let this Ethereum gas fees are expensive thing.
Yeah, I mean, when I say that, I'm
judgment.
not talking like on my own life circumstances. I'm just talking about the normal people when they come, to the market. They see the gas fee on ETH, whatever. Okay, so I don't know if they're gonna fix that, but whatever. I think, and I agree with you that Ethereum is one of the best investments in a world. Okay, because if you missed Bitcoin at 70K, you're probably not going to make that much money entering, even if we drop once more to 40, you know, but you are capable of doing this entering anytime, basically, Ethereum, because it is likely to double. So yeah, it's more like into normal people. I mean, the average people that come to crypto, they kind of face that, but it is like buying Bitcoin at 1,000 or something like this, you know. That's how I see Ethereum today. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing today. I think it is time to start looking into altcoins because the rally is about to happen. And whatever is pumping, I wouldn't trade actually at the moment. So I'll let over to you, Ninja.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let me just take any questions rather than, in fact, no, before I take questions, I'm just going to give away some source. I know we've got a lot of new people here, so I'm going to give away you guys my chart flow. So I've shared this before in the past, but I know we've got loads of new people. This is exactly how I like to look at the market. Okay, let's ignore a few things like this, copper. This is not my normal trading view, but this is basically how I look at the market. So first thing I look at is SIXRE. So this is basically the best indicator for global real estate holdings. When the SIXRE pumps, the world pumps. Right, when real estate pumps, the world pumps. As we can see, we've got a cup and handle right now on the SIXRE. So I expect a continued bullish momentum in global macro markets. Second chart I look at is the VT, that's the Vanguard Total World Stock Index, which basically represents the trillions in the stock market right now. The global stock market is literally at an all-time high. This is the fundamental reason why crypto's up. Yes, the Bitcoin halving has something to do with it, but absolutely and utterly, if I were to point it to one reason why crypto's soaring, it is literally because the global stock market is at all-time highs. Next, have a look at the S&P 500. As you can see, there is a huge disparity between the bullishness of the American top 500, which is 9.6% higher than previous all-time highs, versus the global stock market, which is a tiny bit higher. Forget the VIX for a second. So the DXY, when the dollar's strong, obviously assets are typically weaker. When the dollar is weaker, assets are typically stronger. I don't see much change with DXY. Gold, we are at institutional. Sorry. Wow, gold is 2,000. I've not seen gold for a few days. Damn, is that the price? Crazy. Okay, so gold is also at all-time highs. Dow Jones, again, just like the American stock market, all-time highs. Oil. Where are we with oil? Oil just seems to be consolidating. Silver. I don't invest in precious metals right now, but I want to. Let me just say publicly, I believe silver is a way better investment than gold. I think we're gonna see a silver bull run. If not this year, in the next 1 or 2 years. And it's pretty crazy to be able to get 2x on silver. Mind you, there's more money in Bitcoin than silver now, which is crazy. Nasdaq, this is the number one indicator when it comes to cryptocurrency macro performance. Single-handedly, this is the one index that affects crypto the most because it's top 100 US tech stocks. Then I look at total, which is all the crypto market, total 2, then total 3. This is not my usual trading view. The reason why I can't share it is because of the way StreamYard's set up. I can only, I basically can't share different tabs. I'm going to give you guys an ultra altcoin shill. Okay. So this is a project called Pikamoon. It only launched 2 days ago. And I personally know the founders, and I know there's millions in marketing in this project. 1 second. Pikamoon MEXC. It's only available on MEXC, Uniswap, and I think one other smaller centralized exchange. Let me just show you the chart. I think 1 second. This ultra new project. They've got insane marketing, including the film Project X. They've got they've they've got him shilling it. This is not obviously this is not financial advice, but I know these guys have put millions into marketing. Basically, we've released this. This is literally a 2-day old chart, right? So we've reached a support here on this project. I don't believe it can dip. I believe the absolute dip is going to be 0.0014. And if we just take a recent high of 0.003, that's basically 3x. So sniper price is basically now, in my opinion, right? However, if we drop to this candle, I believe this is the lowest it's going to go. Altcoin picks, I'm still pretty much the same. Everybody wants to know about meme coins and meme world. So I still pretty much hold 2 main bags in the meme world, and that's Omnicat and Inu. Well, this is looking nice now, 0.005. Cool. We still 10x from all-time high on Omnicat. First multi-chain meme token. You can buy this on a lot of centralized exchanges, and particularly on Jupiter, on Solana. And then my other meme coin pick, as per other streams, hasn't changed. Any Inu. Basically a multi-chain dog coin, ultra liquidity, and as I've said in a previous stream, I do believe this is going to go on Binance at some point, because it's already been listed on Toko Crypto, which is the Indonesian Binance subsidiary, and also the ticker's AI. Let's have a look at the top 100 real quick, and then we'll take the questions.
Quick one. Where in the world are you right now?
Where? I'm in Nando's.
Oh, I was like, yo, this background is mad. I was like, yo, where is this?
Oh, can you hear the background music?
No. It just looks nice. It's a nice background, nice wall settings.
Oh, right. Literally Croydon.
Oh, mad.
I kind of knew it. I was like, that's Croydon. I've been there.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. Let's take any questions, unless Mr. Harding wants to give us a 5-minute technical analysis whiz.
No. I want you to go back to that fear and greed index that was on CoinMarketCap, because that was looking a bit, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, 75. We're dropping, man. It's a bit of an interesting time.
Does it allow you to see what it was previously?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's dropping back. Okay, that's good. Okay.
Good for averaging down.
Okay, nice. So we still got a bit of breathing space.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin dropped to 52K though.
52.
That's like my, if Bitcoin goes to 52, that's like a sniper load the boat. Like I've got a pile of cash for the market. Not for Bitcoin, but for the market in general.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. You know what I want to do, what we haven't done in a hot minute. I want to do probably not this week because we're at Crypto Mondays, but the week after. Maybe we should do some on-chain analysis again. Do you remember before when we did like the MVRV stuff and all of that, and it proper shows you like the in-depth what's going on?
Yeah, we need to do
Last node one.
We need to do another on-chain episode.
All right, let's put that in the diary to do for not this week, but next week.
All right, guys. Thank you. I've got to go. See you in a Dojo Co.
Safe.
I won't be there, but Jay, guys, if you want to go to the dojo call, it's the Google Meets link, not my Zoom link. It's usually my Zoom link, but the dojo call 9:30 to 10:30. Jay will be running that. We usually do it back to back. Yeah. Let me